Investigation into the raid at the Rainbow is front and center at tonight's City Council meeting in Fort Worth. Angry people are demanding answers about what happened. The 33's Don Tongish is live at City Hall in Fort Worth tonight with the story. Don?
Well, Walt, I can tell you it is an overflow crowd inside. Hundreds of people are here, many of them ready to give the City Council members an earful, but that will likely be in the wee hours of the night. This is one of the last items on the agenda tonight. Now, many people say 3 weeks after that raid at the Rainbow, it's time for answers and action.
I saw officers come in shoving people.
Chris New, who was at the Rainbow Lounge that night, was among the dozens of people who funneled into Fort Worth Council chambers tonight. Many of them upset that answers about the raid have been slow coming.
It angers me. I'm angry. I mean, I don't really have any other comment besides that. I'm angry. We want answers.
3 weeks later, dual investigations by the TABC and Fort Worth police have yielded few public answers about the Rainbow raid, where a man suffered a head injury after witnesses say officers got overly aggressive.
We need some questions answered. What really happened?
Reverend Carol West and others with Fairness Fort Worth sported yellow buttons tonight. They're calling on the council to increase training for police officers.
Any group who works with the public needs specific training, and especially the police who deal in times of crisis.
To try and smooth relations, Police Chief Jeffrey Halstead announced a new liaison to the gay and lesbian community who will see the investigation through.
Do my job as a police officer, respond, listen to what people are saying, report the facts, and allow the investigators to do their job, which is to investigate.
A good first step, many of these advocates say, but still, along with answers, they say it's time for a collective I'm sorry.
I want an apology from the city because it was taken so far. What had happened was taken so far that there should be just an acknowledgement and an apology for what happened.
Now, the police chief tells me the investigation is far from over, at least another month, he says. While it's ongoing, many people here tonight say they're angry the Fort Worth police officers remain on the streets. The TABC officers have been reassigned to desk duty. Now, we have inquired about the backgrounds of the Fort Worth cops, but so far we've been shut down. Reporting live in Fort Worth, Don Tongish, the 33 News.
Frustration filled the Fort Worth City Council chambers last night. The community was given its first opportunity to comment publicly on the raid at the gay club called the Rainbow Lounge. CBS 11's Robbie Owens is live at our newsroom with reaction. Robbie?
Well, that Rainbow Lounge raid has brought Fort Worth a ton of negative press, both here and around the nation. So as you might expect, emotions were running high even before the meeting began.
Do you want to stay here or not?
Some audience members were ejected after they disrupted the meeting, angry that public comment on that incident was placed at the bottom of the council's agenda and that the mayor was refusing to move it up. But the chambers were still packed with about 250 people inside and dozens more watching on monitors in overflow rooms. That joint raid by the Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission and the Fort Worth Police Department sparked claims of brutality after one man was hospitalized with a serious head injury. Both straight and gay speakers took city leaders to task, and one came all the way from San Francisco, particularly critical of the police chief's first public explanation of what prompted the violence.
No queer, no minority would ever sexually solicit a law enforcement officer while they were raiding their club or on duty. I find that patently absurd and insulting to everyone's intelligence, including the police forces.
The mayor, in the midst of that very long meeting, did issue an apology and has also asked the U.S. Attorney's Office to review the department's findings. The police and TABC are both investigating, but neither of those investigations are complete. 2 Fort Worth City Council members have called for independent investigations. Live in the newsroom, Robbie Owens, CBS 11 News.